All right, so pretty good day. Hit a 10-pound PR, and this is my first PR pulling sumo. It definitely could have gone better. I know even with the way it went, I think I had maybe 5 to 10 extra pounds because I could feel a lot more grind left. Um, but even with that, could have moved way smoother because when I went down, I accidentally put my right hand in way too close. So my right hand was basically touching the knurling in the center of the bar. Uh, so that was really messing up kind of my back positioning. So like it looked like once I got to or once I got it past my knees, like the bar was slowing down and kind of grinding. But that was just me trying to kind of shift my my shoulder outwards, because I couldn't really pull as fast as I wanted because then I would have been like super super hunched over on the right side and the bar wouldn't have been locked out. But yeah, so my I'd say my 550 estimate was about right from last block. Um Honestly, I wasn't even sure if I was gonna go above 500 today because I was feeling super fatigued on my week 3 squat. Like I failed I failed that miserably. Couldn't even get it out of the hole. Uh but yeah, that was definitely because I took a lot of the I took a lot of the intensity mindset over from my last block, even though the volume was honestly, it wouldn't be a stretch to say that I doubled the volume and kept in the intensity. Honestly, some of the intensities were increased just because of how little sets I was doing on everything last month. But yeah, definitely going to try and fix that. Um, Honestly, I knew so yesterday and Saturday I wasn't sure if I was gonna have to do a premature deload, but I knew when I woke up today, like I had mid to high fives in me, and I was pretty much exactly right. Um, so basically, what I'm gonna do now is adjust some of the intensities and also adjust all of the intensities and adjust some of the volume when it comes to squat. So I think just the way the movements are, my deadlift can recover from a lot more volume because unless I'm fully maxing out, my back isn't really under that much pressure. Like the lockout is the easiest part most of the time. Uh, but for squats, since I do have kind of like a longer femurs, I kind of have to do a little bit more to get myself down into the hole. Um, so I have to use a lot of my mobility and I have to use all of my muscles for a much longer range of motion than I do in the deadlift. So it's just very fatiguing. Plus, my sumo pull is already very stimulating for my squat. So like it's building up all of the muscles that I do for my squat without even squatting. Um, so yeah, really no need to do that. Just gonna keep back downs with everything, and then I'm moving my squat secondary up 2 days because I think um having it be like only 2 days before my primary squat is kind of messing up with is messing with the movement pattern, and it's just can't really recover from that. I'm also changing it from tempo to pause squats, since in the hole is really the only extra help that I need. And then I'm going to be changing it from 3 sets of 4 to 2 sets of 4, and then just doing my warm-ups kind of in an ascending set structure. I'm only going up to 315, so there's really not going to be that many sets. Just going to be helping to prime the movement pattern, and I really don't need much help in that area either, because I've noticed that no matter how long I go without squatting, like my technique will still be pretty solid. Obviously I'll be detrained, but as long as I like actually focus on executing, it's not really gonna need too much stimulus to get it back where I want it to go. But on the other side of that, if I do too much squatting, like my performance drastically decreases. Like my strength is way worse. My feet just feel like no matter where I put them, they're in the wrong place. So yeah, I think I want to try just a low volume with that, and I'm still definitely going to be getting a good amount of stimulus, like I said, with the deadlift. And so moving the secondary squat up to my primary deadlift day, I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have the Monday being kind of like a reverse SBD session, um, because I feel like really doesn't need to be that much stimulus for deadlift, um, or for the deadlift day, and I want to be able to maintain a certain level of fatigue while I get to my squat day. And then with that, I probably won't, because of my squats are such low volume. But even if I do have slightly more fatigue for my bench day, it'll still perform fine. And then I will be doing a lot less on the bench primary, so I'll be able to recover better for the squat primary. But none of that is really fully set at the moment. I really just want to. So I'm kind of using this week as like a practice week to test out the structure that I want to have my following blocks at. Normally, this is not something that I would be doing. Kind of making a pretty big alteration to how I'm programming things pretty early on, or while I'm still in the block. But since I was already, like, today was supposed to be the start of the deload, I just felt good enough to hit the PR. So I want to see, um, how I can actually affect that, because, I'm a lot less fatigued than I was expecting. So that means that uh, there wasn't that much that needed to change. So a slight pullback on certain things here and there, should maybe be fine. Um, I'll see for squats. I'm probably not gonna go for anything crazy. Might just go for try to retake the 470. Might go lower, depending on how fatigued I am. But yeah, this week is pretty much just to, see if I can PR, and try to figure out what I'm gonna be doing in the future. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it.